AEFI, a national mission organisation in Asia, has brought together 14 Asian missionary leaders to produce a groundbreaking book, The Asianization of Christianity, New Models for Mission. Tim Robertson, a board member of AEFI, recently met with the editor of this book, Dr. Jonathan James, who also serves as executive president of AEF International. In this interview, the editor peels back the curtain on the journey behind the book and shares both exhilarating and poignant moments. Prepare to be encouraged by the passionate dreams that this book may hold for the future of mission in Asia.
Now, Jonathan, through AEFI, you've been involved in evangelism throughout Asia for decades now. Tell us a bit about the story of how God laid it on your heart to write this book.
Yes, Tim, AEFI is active in 13 countries across Asia and beyond, focusing on contextual or indigenous strategies. That is, we aim to make the gospel of Jesus Christ speak to Asian ears. We help Asians to read the Bible with Asian eyes. We encourage Christians to let Christ enter into Asian minds and influence the thinking processes. So what inspired me to write this book? They say it takes a lifetime to write a book. Many years ago, I read a story about a very famous Indian evangelist by the name of Sadhu Sundar Singh. Sadhu Sundar Singh tells the story of a Brahmin priest who was dying of thirst. Now, Brahmins are the high caste Hindus in India. And someone came and offered the Brahmin priest water, but he was from a lower caste. And the Brahmin priest refused to drink the water because Brahmins only drink from their own cups. All other cups are considered unclean. Later, another Brahmin offered the thirsty Hindu priest water from a clean vessel, and the dying man drank it. From this incident comes Sadhu Sundar Singh's famous quote, "Give the water of life in an Indian cup." This story has never failed to touch me and trouble me at the same time. And so, 2 years ago, I sensed a divine nudge, a prompting to put a book together that would help missionaries offer the water of life in an Asian cup. This involved putting together a theme, writing a proposal, getting a team of writers together, and securing a publisher. Well, the great miracle was that all these things were achieved in less than 3 weeks. The 4,000-word proposal was written in 3 days. The publisher approved it in less than a week. And the writers came on board almost immediately. One writer even said to me, "This book should have been written long ago, and why did it take so long?"
Wow, what an amazing journey, Jonathan. Now, how did you select the authors that contributed to this book? And what perspectives do each of them bring to the table?
Well, approximately 70% of the writers are working in our AEFI team, and I have seen them numerous times in their workplaces. I have attended their churches. Some of these churches are not called churches. They don't look like Western churches, but therein lies the effectiveness and the cultural appropriateness of these ministries undertaken by these writers. The remaining 30% of writers are leaders who are known to me, and they have partnered with us in one way or the other. In both cases, I was not looking for pure academics. I was looking for proven practitioners who could share their strategies, share their struggles, and their case studies. These perspectives from the 14 Asian writers are so valuable, and the reader must read between the lines. So much is compressed in a few words. In the main, their perspectives open up vistas on how to to engage with Hindu, Muslim, Buddhist worldviews. And 2 chapters tackle masterfully how to understand and disciple people from the animist backgrounds, people who worship spirits.
Very interesting. Now, tell us, what were some of the most memorable steps, Jonathan, along the way when you were writing and compiling this book?
First, as the editor, I had to come up with the framework for the whole book, and I decided to divide it into 3 sections. Section 1, the core issues. Section 2, the church and mission models. And Section 3, training and discipleship models. I realized that contextualizing the gospel to cultures must involve the whole gamut of ministry, that is, discipleship, training, setting up churches, and pastoral ministries. The second step was to match the right authors with the chapters. And the third challenge was this: a few of the authors struggled to communicate in English in an academic setting, as English was not their first language. But that turned out to be a blessing because it required me to engage with them deeply and even visiting some of them in their fields. This personal interaction enriched my understanding of their perspectives as they articulated their strategies for the Buddhist, Hindu, Islamic, and animistic peoples.
Now, Jonathan, for people who have an interest in evangelism in Asia, what would you say are the 2 to 3 key takeaways from this book?
First, let me say that even those who are not interested in Asian evangelism will be blessed. The reader will see in these pages the beauty of the gospel. The gospel was always meant for the whole world and for all the cultures in the world. I remember an Australian Christian who attended our indigenous seminar and saw how the gospel was communicated to Hindu Indians. After the 2-hour seminar, the Australian Christian remarked, "I now understand Christianity better." Well, hopefully this book can offer similar insights to people from both the West and the East. Secondly, culture and the Bible are intertwined. As Christ's disciples, we are called to embody the gospel within our own culture and the culture of those whom we evangelize. This means translating the gospel into the thought patterns and idioms of the receiving culture. It is hard to imagine Asia being won for Christ unless we take pains to Asianize the gospel.
Now, if we think about the West's evangelistic efforts into Asia and say the next 10 or 20 years, what impact are you praying that God helps this book to make?
We are praising God that the water of life can be offered in an Asian cup to the masses in Asia. One of the writers shared with me that when he became the principal of a Bible college in Thailand, their college library had thousands and thousands of books, but not a single book written by a Thai Christian. So we are praying that through this book, more Asian writers would be raised to research and interact with the cultural issues facing Asia. We have only scratched the surface in this book. We are praying that this book will serve as a catalyst for Christians and missionaries, both from the East and the West, to make the gospel culturally accessible and to spark new movements of missions all over Asia. We are praying that the unhelpful Western grids and frameworks that prevented effective evangelism in the past decades would be replaced with new bridges of love built from the heart of God to the heart of Asia. Please pray with us.
Absolutely, Jonathan. We join you in praying for this book's success, and more importantly, we know that God will use it for His glory.
We trust you enjoyed this brief journey exploring the vision and passion that this book, The Asianization of Christianity, holds. Book launches have been planned in various cities in Asia and beyond. For more information, visit the AEFI website www.aefi.asia. You can also purchase a copy of The Asianization of Christianity at selected bookstores like Amazon, or through the AEFI website www.aefi.asia.